Thanks for pressing play. Brian here, Fitzpatrick's Garage Kildare. I want to show you how to reset and recalibrate the tyre pressure monitoring system on a 10th generation Honda Civic. Tyre pressure monitors, absolute head wrecker. So I just want to show you how you overcome it on one of these Honda Civics. Most people absolutely hate them. I unfortunately will admit I am one of those people as well. There is merits to them. I mean, they are telling you that you're running incorrect tyre pressures, but it just means that there is going to be a level of maintenance that you need to get used to with a car with tyre pressure monitors. And let's face it, everything's got tyre pressure monitors these days. First things first though, if you have clicked on this on YouTube, or if I've sent this to you to show you what to do, then the first thing you need to do is go to a petrol station. Petrol station that basically has the ability to allow you to put air into your tyres. If, however, you're not going to a petrol station and you're in your house and you want to do it from there, that's how I'm going to do it here. So there is a machine in the car that's going to allow you to reinflate the tyre. One point to note here, I know these tyre pressure lights come on sometimes when you're driving, but sometimes they happen when you start the car up as well. It's better to do this when the car hasn't been driving. The reason is the tyres turn, heat builds up and the air pressures actually rise, so it's hard to get a really accurate sort of number. So what I'd advise someone, first of all, if you see the light on the car, then just get out of the car, walk around, look at each tyre, and I mean, if they look fairly okay, then I would drive it on until you get to a place where you can park up. And then once the car's been sitting up for about an hour, you're going to get a much more accurate figure when you do go to check the actual tyre pressures. This video is for correcting air pressures in the car. It's not essentially for flat tyre repair. There is another video I'm going to do which is for flat tyre repair. And that video will also involve things like how you use the paste in the car as well. This one is just for balancing up your tyres, which is the most common question that we get. So depending which model you have, there's going to be different pressures. So the first thing is you're going to look at this little plate here, which is right beside, this is the driver's seat I'm in, so right on the pillar down here. And in this case then, we're driving a 1.5, which means that it's telling you we need to have 32 psi or 2.2 bar in the front, or 32 psi in the rear, and 2.2 bar in the front. This car is a 1.5, so it actually can't take a tow bar, but models that don't have a dual exit exposed exhaust can take a tow bar. And the reason I'm saying that to you is, when you look to see the pressures on those, they're going to give you two readings. So one of them, in this case again, is 32 and 32 in the front, which is the top reading here. But the bottom one is if you are towing a trailer, caravan, something like that, see the way the pressure is much higher on the rear. Anyway, it's just something to watch out for, that's all. The next thing's always going to be equipment. Like we're saying, if you go to a petrol station, they'll have an air line there, so you don't need to worry about this part. But if you're in your house at home, you want to get this compressor here. This is the paste, I'm going to show you that. That's more for flat tyres, I'll show you that in another video. But in this one, we're just using this to correct the tyre pressures. It's pretty straightforward. What you got is a gauge here telling you the amount of pressure gone in, and you got a button here for on or off, which is pretty simple. On, off. When you flip around to the other side, this side here is going to pull straight out, and that is the side that you're going to plug into the 12-volt outlet in the car, or in other words, what looks like a cigarette lighter in the car. The other one is going to be the end that you're going to put onto each wheel. The next thing I normally do is, and especially if you're at a petrol station, I'd actually take off the 4 caps, because sometimes the petrol stations only give you a time limit every time you put in a coin, so have these off first. By the way, just for anyone wondering why these things are here, my understanding is basically if you have incorrect tyre pressure, that means the car is not running effectively, which means it's slightly off balance, which means it's using more fuel and creating more CO2. And I think that's the biggest reason these tyre pressures exist on cars. But they are here to stay, and I suppose at some level it is going to increase efficiency for you, so you might as well get used to it. Once you understand it, then you don't have to fear it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do then is I'll get this end. In this particular model, cigarette lighter happens to be sitting down here, or 12-volt outlet should I say these days, because cigarette lighter seems to be gone. Anyway, that's now plugged in. We need to give the car some power, and that cable is actually quite long, so that'll be able to stretch around the place. Anyway, let's go to the first wheel here. On this end, what I'm going to do is plug that onto that. It's pretty straightforward. You just twist it until it's tight. You'll hear some pressure leak out of it as you do. Keep going, and once it's tight. What's pretty damn handy on these as well actually is once you've plugged in, even if you don't have power going to the car, or even if you don't have it turned on, straight away it's actually giving you a measurement. Straight away I can see the problem with this one. It's got nearly 40 psi in it, which is way too high. I'm going to use this button here and just keep going, and we need to let a lot more out. So after some time, I've ended up down probably around 28, 29, so I need to put a bit of pressure in it. So all I'm going to do is turn it off. After a few of them pumps, I'm happy enough that that's sitting just around 32, because this is 20, this is 30, this is 35, this is 40, so I think that's around 32. what I'll do is I'll unscrew that. You do lose a small bit of pressure coming out, but it's very, very insignificant. You then put your dust cap back on, and that is the front left wheel sorted, and you repeat for the rest of the wheels. That's the 4 wheels done. So actually they were all way too high, so I've let them down. We're still not finished. There is one other thing to do, but this is the fun part. You get to put all these wires back in here. Anyway, so once you've done all that, even if you drive the car right now, it's still going to think it's got incorrect tyre pressures. So the next thing you got to do is go into the computer here and tell the car to recalibrate itself. Okay, so to get rid of it, okay, there's going to be 2 types of ways of doing it, right? If you have Honda Connect, I'm going to show you that here. If you don't have Honda Connect, you're going to toggle through the menus. Now, I won't have it on this particular specification car, but you'll toggle through the menus till you get quite close to the end. And in this case, I'm at the end. However, on a non-Honda Connect car, there will be a settings menu that will come up like a little cog. And what you'll do is you'll enter that menu and you'll go in and look for tyre deflation warning system. So you're going to be using these buttons here to navigate through that. This car here has Honda Connect. So with Honda Connect, then home. And then we're looking for settings. And then we're looking for vehicle. And then deflation warning system, and we're going to press the initialize button, and when we press the initialize button, you'll see this thing down here, calibration start, and as you saw then, tyre pressure has disappeared. If you were in a car that didn't have the Honda Connect, you would have gone in there and you would have looked for tyre deflation warning in the center, as we talked about using the steering wheel controls, and you would have found initialize or cancel, and you're going to initialize, and that's it. So hopefully the video has been useful. Thank you for taking time to watch. If there's anything I've missed out or something that you want me to describe better, just let me know in the comment section below, and do like and subscribe if you think the video is useful. And if there's anything else you want me to cover in general on Hondas, just let me know and I'll do my best. Thanks for taking time to watch. Hopefully the video has been useful.